Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Broken Toys podcast, our first inaugural podcast. My name's Adam.
And I'm Trey Kelly.
And we are
The Broken Toys.
I hate this. I hate every bit of that. What just happened?
Well, you were the one leading it. I was just following your lead.
Well,
So, this isn't our first time recording this episode.
What do you mean, Trey?
Oh,
sure it is. It's our first time recording the
not.
episode.
No, it's not. You know what I mean.
Oh no.
You know what I mean, Adam.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you tell the listeners what happened.
So, me and Trey have done videos before over the internet, and we just assumed, I assumed, I should say. We were in a Google Hangout. I thought somehow Trey was recording both of our audio. Little did I know, to my surprise, no. Trey was only recording his audio. That's not how computers work. So we got all the way to the end of an hour and a half podcast, and Trey says, "Oh, did you stop recording?" And I said, "What? You're joking, right?" And Trey said, you got me." And I was like, "Oh, haha." And then I was like, "So you recorded, right?" And Trey was, "Yeah, I recorded. Did you?" And I was like, "No. Was I supposed to?" And we just lost it for about 20 minutes. It was upsetting. I was under duress, one would say.
I listened back to the audio while we were dying of laughter to see if it was salvageable, and literally everything was like, "So Adam, something, blah blah blah," and then you would be like, "Yeah,
yeah, man, I guess that sounds alright."
And I'm like, "Ooh, that's not gonna work."
No, it was fat garbage.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, was Trey's nickname in high school.
Fat garbage.
Yeah.
I wish, bro. I wish I had a nickname in high school.
Same. We weren't cool enough. And in high school, if you want a cool nickname that everyone calls you, you got to get to a certain level.
You got to be a rapist on the football team.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Anyway, so our first video is up. We went to Vala's Pumpkin Patch, Vala's Treehouse of Horrors.
Ooh, Valis is boring. I don't care what anyone says. Dude, like 3 people messaged me when I said Valis sucks. They're like, "What did you just say?" And I said, "I said what I said. Valis sucks."
Everyone on Tinder in this area around Halloween time, they're all like, "Take me on cute fall dates. I want to go to Vala's." And I'm like, why? There's not one thing for an adult to do there except buy expensive food.
For real. And take a picture in the big chair.
Oh, they got a big chair, and you better believe there's a long line for people to sit in that chair for a photo.
Dude, the one time I've only seen one person say Valis is overrated was on Hinge.
What's that?
Hinge is another dating app.
Oh my.
Speaking of dating apps, so like I saw this girl on Tinder, right? And
yeah.
In her Tinder, she had her Instagram, and so I went to her Instagram, and while I was looking at her Instagram, right? I was looking at it today, and I was like scrolling through her pictures, and I see this one picture of her and her friend. I'm like, her friends look kind of familiar. I go back to my Tinder and I go to see like my matches updates.
Yeah.
Funny enough, there's her friend right there in my matches. I'm like, oh shit. But it was too late. I had already slid into the DMs.
So anyway, Trey's now trying to date 2 girls and hide the fact that they both know each other.
No, dude, the first one never responded to my messages, so she.
Oh, fuck that hoe. She a hoe.
She ain't a hoe. I don't think she's a hoe. I don't know her. I wouldn't know her because she never responded to my messages. Her friend responded.
Her loss. You're a great fella.
But thank God that Halloween is over. Because nobody wants to do cute fall dates anymore and go to Vala's. Now they want to do cute winter dates and go ice skating.
I just wanted to let your really stupid comment just sit there out in the open.
I'm not
Just,
wrong, though.
Just Lofty sit there. Just now people don't want to go on fall dates. They want to go on winter dates.
It's true, though. It's true. Give it time. Give it time. They're going to be like, let's go ice skating. And then you're going to be like, holy shit, Trey was right.
Man, I like around winter time. I've done this multiple times. You take a girl down to the old market. They have all those lights up in all the trees downtown. You walk on the ice on that lake in the park, but
Yep.
can't do that this year because they drained the entire lake. Gotta clean it. It is, as of recording this, day 3 of No Nut November.
Ooh.
And if our avid listeners, all 5 of you, know us, we are currently in the midst of No Nut November here on the Broken Toys channel. Me, Trey, PJ, Julia, and our editor Matt.
And Julian.
And Julian?
He said he'd partake, but I don't know if he sent any of his videos in.
Oh, I haven't gotten anything from him, man.
Oh, then he's not part of the video. Fuck you, Julian, if you're listening.
Yep, fuck you. Anyway, we all discussed, we said, let's do a No Nut November video. And we all agreed, and we're all sending in daily updates, and Trey already lost.
Yep, that is true. I did.
Just like the other year we tried to do this.
Yep. Hey, I beat my record, though.
Yeah, what, 2 hours?
One day, boy.
One day, boy. Hey, maybe next year you'll get 2 days.
Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right, so tune in next year, you guys. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We'll see you guys later. Follow us.
All right, dude. All right, I stopped recording. Did you stop?
What?
What?
Wait, I was supposed to record this one?
Oh my god. That's one of my biggest fears is now when we have someone else join us on the podcast.
Oh, they got to be recording?
They got to be recording.
The real fear I have is sending all this audio to Matt and him trying to edit it and just being like, I can't edit both of these files together, or something goes wrong. We're like, well, we just again talked for an hour and a half for no fucking reason.
It is very likely that could happen.
And that's just the Broken Toys way of doing things.
Yep.
This is the continuation of our podcast in high school, which the more I say it out loud, the sadder it becomes.
Dude, we had so much fun doing the old podcast.
Man, the old podcast.
Back when the Broken Toys was just me, you, and Julian, kinda.
Yeah, kinda Julian. Julian, there was a reason we stopped inviting you to the podcast. Julian was fun, and we love hanging out with Julian, but we would be talking about, like, I don't know, Cheetos. We'd talk about Cheetos on the podcast, and Trey would say, yeah, I really like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and I would go, I really like Puffy Cheetos, and then we'd change the subject, and then 5 minutes later, here comes Julian. Yeah, but that's a little too hot, don't you think? And we're like, what? And he's like, Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And we're like, what? What are you doing?
You know what he would say? He would be like, yeah, but about that, we would be like 5 minutes into a new topic, and he'd be like, and he would bring it back to the Cheetos. And he'd be like, but yeah, anyways, my fat brother really loves all Cheetos.
He always brought it back to just dogging on Gabe, which is fun, don't get me wrong. But that's all he did.
We love you, Julian.
We love you, Jules. Man, we were just in that small-ass room.
Yep.
We had one mic. Yep. I mean, we might as well should still have one mic, considering I didn't record yet last week.
Yep.
We had to share it with that coffee press.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like a fucking episode of King of the Hill. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just letting you reminisce about the good old days.
Oh, the good old days. How do I?
So, what? The last time we tried recording, it was not Halloween.
No, it
And
was prior, yeah.
now, it's past Halloween. So, how was your Halloween?
My Halloween, I did a show. I was a stage manager for a small community theater. They did some Sherlock Holmes stuff. And then I went out to a bar with some friends. And it was kind of like low-key. Not a lot of people there. So it was kind of lame. I mean, and it was an okay Halloween. It's not my favorite Halloween to have ever happened. But, it was one that happened. And it was all right. What about yours, Trey?
Oh, I stayed home. I didn't do anything. Here, literally every idea that I had for Halloween fell through. I was like, maybe I'll hang out with Adam. That fell through. And then I was like, well, my other group of friends said that they might be throwing a Halloween party. Never heard back from them. And I'm just like, man, what a day to be depressed. It's great.
What a predicament.
What a predicament. I found myself in a pickle. Where neither of my friend groups want to hang out with me. Excellent.
Speaking of pickles, I'm Pickle Rick.
Oh,
dude,
kill
yes.
yourself. Kill
2019.
yourself.
Don't you have a Mr. Meeseeks board game?
I do. I do have a Mr. Meeseeks board game.
Yeah, so don't get mad at me, you nerd.
Okay. Well, you're right there. And as you can also,
yeah, let's just avoid that already. You were about to say, as you can also see, as though we were recording video.
Yeah.
News flash, asshole.
I've also got.
This is a podcast. And the thing about a podcast is, it's all audio, baby.
Not all the time. There's some video podcasts out there that are really good.
But here's the thing, Trey. Are we recording video right now?
Not yet. By 2020, we will be, baby.
By 2020, baby, when we're living in the Broken Toys mansion here in town with our recording studio, you better believe it. We're going to have the big goofy headsets and the giant mics that have those spring systems or whatever.
Yeah, I already have one of those, but that was from one of my old mics.
And
not from my current mic.
We're going to come in, we're going to say, "What's up, guys? Welcome back to W9 840 Broken Toys."
We started this whole channel that we have started is just our segue into being radio show hosts.
That would be a fun job.
That would be fun.
Except no one listens to radio because, video did kill the radio star.
Yeah. Exactly.
I know. Oh, Mother, may I?
Speak of playing child.
I really want to do a bunch of Christmas stuff coming up because I'm not a fan of Thanksgiving.
Me too.
I told someone recently that I don't like Thanksgiving, and they started going like, yeah, I also don't agree with the political message and the old story about the first Thanksgiving. And I'm like, that's not what I mean. I just think it's a stupid holiday. Like,
Thanksgiving is a holiday. All right, so Halloween's a holiday. You dress up in cool costumes. You go out and get candy. Christmas is the cool holiday. You gather around with your family and you open up gifts underneath a goddamn tree.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving's a holiday where you dress up real nice to go eat food.
And not even good food. Like, people always talk about Thanksgiving food as though it's like, I wait for that one moment a year, Thanksgiving, where it's like you can make that food any other time of year. Most that food, except for like a turkey, is Christmas food too.
You never heard of a turkey sandwich, nigga?
Oh yeah, I love taking a bunch of cold leftovers, heating them up, and putting them between bread. Because I'm a poor white person in the Midwest.
Julia is texting the group chat. Let's see what she says. We're about to make fun of our friend Julia. Okay, she says she thinks she's gonna last one more day, so this is about No Nut November.
This is turning into a runaway with me, Matt, and PJ at this rate.
I made a prediction in my day 2, where my day 1, that you were going to be PJ?
Oh, man. I don't know, because PJ has just gone on past November just 'cause. I don't know. I think I'll definitely reach the goal of finishing out the month, though.
Here's what we're gonna do.
In the long run, PJ might take it because I'm just cooler than that.
Okay, no. Here's what we're gonna do. No matter what, it ends at the end of November. The competition ends. So if you and PJ are both left standing, we're gonna have no tie. There can't be a tie.
What's the tiebreaker?
We're gonna flip the rules on its head, baby, and we're gonna make you both go into separate rooms.
Destroy Dick December.
Destroy Dick December. First one to bust a nut wins and gets the trophy.
We're both gonna have hair triggers.
I have a trophy that we can use. It's a symbol.
Yeah.
It's one of my old participation trophies from when I was in YMCA basketball.
Christmas time is a special time. You get to warm up by the fireplace with some hot cocoa. You get to when you're flirting with girls, you could be like, "Yeah, I just want to go ice skating and then sit under a quilt." And then they go crazy for that. Talk about quilts.
Do they?
Not the AIDS quilt. They don't like that one.
Just homemade quilts that your grandmother made?
Yeah, because it's wholesome. But little do they know, everyone else in the room.
We're about to fuck in this quilt. That's what's going
on. You're about to use your fingies and diddle her under this quilt. Ginga babingu.
Oh man.
So, I was at dinner tonight with a couple of friends.
Mm-hmm. One of your friends messaged me.
Yeah.
Caught me by surprise. I was like, what?
Well, how that happened was we were talking, and I told them how, I'm thinking about recording a podcast tonight for the channel, and they said, "Oh, you're doing one of the podcasts?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Oh, well, we watched your video." And I was like, oh, you've seen my channel? And they both were like, "Yeah, we think it's really funny." And I was like, "Aw, you guys." But then one of them, I've known this girl for years. She says, "I really like the tall friend, the big one." She said that you were really funny. And so she just looked you up and then just followed you on Instagram. And then she followed PJ, and PJ proceeded to argue with her over who is really my friend.
What?
In which PJ brought up, "Yeah, but I showed Adam my flaccid." Hey, we're gonna have to bleep that out, by the way, Matt. You gotta just bleep it at "showed Adam my flaccid," because we can't. PJ will be mad if we put that out on the internet.
Dude, I was so close to saying, "Hey, well, if you think I'm great, you should check out PJ." And then I was going to send, the picture of PJ, the recent one. I was going to send her
the recent one? Mm-hmm. For those of you wondering, the picture we're talking about is basically the scene in Silence of the Lambs where Buffalo Bill puts his genitals behind his thighs and closes his legs to make it look like a vagina. And PJ just did that in the bathroom mirror and decided to send it to a group chat with 8 other people because he's dumb. He's like, "I hope no one screenshots this," and 3 of us did.
No. He sent it, and then Julia was like, "PJ, I just want you to know I was going to screenshot that, but I didn't out of respect for you." And then he said, "You could have screenshotted it." And then Matt sent the screenshot. And I'm like, "Oh my God, this is awful." So I saved it to my phone in case I ever wanted to send it back.
I screenshotted it too. It was funny. It was funny.
It's not how I expected to open up a chat in the group chat.
Well, I don't know why recently PJ has decided to send us his nude body all the gosh darn time. We've seen him do a lot in this last month.
In this last couple of weeks.
It's like we went to Val's and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, I'm going to get naked on camera. You guys cool with that? We were like, not really, but I mean, you do you, boo.
Where was this PJ in high school when we were doing all the Omegle stuff?
Oh my god. Man.
Speaking of Omegle, so
Yeah.
I remember the conversation we had after you didn't record your end of the podcast. And you were like, I thought you said you had this device that records audio and whatnot. I'm like, no, I don't have that. And then it took me a minute to realize, a couple of days to realize, you were talking about my game capture. The one that we tried setting up in a Google Hangout. You don't remember this, but we tried
I do remember this.
We were setting it up in a Google Hangout, and I realized, oh shit, my laptop doesn't have an HDMI port.
You needed a dongle.
Yeah. So that's the device you're talking about. Yes, that does exist, and yes, we could use it in the future if we wanted to.
I hate you.
Well, sorry, kid.
Well,
what are you looking forward to most for Christmas?
Oh, for Christmas. Nom nom nom. I'm gonna.
Nom.
Oh, that's outstanding. I'm gonna probably make a lot of cookies. I really am looking forward to that. I wanna design a gingerbread house that looks like my house.
Ooh, gingerbread house competition.
That sounds like a good idea.
Ooh.
We'll add it to our list of videos, which so far are gingerbread house challenge and eating an entire wedding cake while watching something we don't want to watch. That's how far we've workshopped that idea. And will we see it?
Maybe.
I mean, not like we have anything else to film, so...
Yet. Just wait till we get the Broken Toys Mansion. We'll be...
Oh, when we get the Broken Toys Mansion...
Content everywhere.
We'll be getting the drones out.
It'll be like content herpes on our channel.
We are content herpes, ladies and gentlemen.
Once you see one thing, it's all over. You see everything.
Same thing with PJ. Once you see one thing, oh god, you've seen everything.
The picture is burnt in my skull.
The more we talk about it, the more I picture it, and I don't like that.
Like, I know the angle he's standing at and everything, and it's just, why would he do that? Why would he think that'd be okay?
The crease.
Don't talk
about the crease.
Don't talk about the crease.
Taking a deep breath there, Trey. Fuck.
That's one of my homies, and I gotta sit here knowing I've seen this dude butt ass naked with his dick and ball stocked.
Here's the thing. It's not like an uncommon thing to see your bros naked, but like most of them are like, oh, you were both sharing a changing room, or you're like going skinny dipping and like you're with some girls. Or you're both tag teaming a girl, Eiffel Towering her.
Yes.
But none of those instances include being on a video chat service and your other friend is laying down on his chest and he gets up and on his hands and knees and you see through the under part of his body his flaccid. Oh my god. The second it happened, me, you, and Julia just all went, oh, no!
I remember PJ saying the one thing he didn't want mentioned on the channel was all the gay shit he's done.
Well,
sorry, PJ. But
PJ, the thing is, PJ, that is your whole personality now.
He's the gay wild card, and that's what we love about him.
He's not even gay. Well, he's bi, but yeah, you know.
He's the bisexual wild card, and that's what we love about him.
Here's another video idea. I want to go to a convention.
Okay.
I want to go to a furry convention.
Okay. And what would we do at this furry convention?
Oh, we'll just walk around. There's content galore.
Is it though?
We could do interviews. We could do interviews. You could walk up to a fursuit and you could say, "Hey, what's your name?" And then they'll go, "I'm Cupcake the puppy." And then we can all go, "Ugh."
Oh, now we're just bullying people in public. I don't want that to be our... If we're going to bully anybody in public, it's either PJ or some pedophiles.
Oh, there's another video idea. We want to Chris Hansen some pedos.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna say, "Hey, meet us at the local Walmart," and then we're gonna show up. And we're gonna be like, "Hey, are you Gus Johnson?" And they're gonna say, "Yeah." And then we're gonna be like, "Are you trying to meet a 17-year-old girl here?" And he'll be like, "Yeah." And we'll be like, "You're a pedophile, dude."
No, we gotta push it. We gotta push from 17. We gotta push it to 15.
15's believable because we've caught pedophiles before in the act
on
Omegle, and the trick with telling if someone on Omegle is a pedophile or not is they're gonna say, "How old are you, babe?" And then you're gonna say, 15, haha. And then they're always gonna reply. What do they reply with, Trey?
Close enough. Something like that.
No, they always say, "Oh, haha. Well, I'm 34. Hope that's not too old for you." And it's like, bro, you know that's too old for like anyone below the age of 33.
So, like, I just want to pull a gun on a pedophile, and then send the videos to local authorities and be like, "Do you got a permit for that gun?" And I'll be like, "It's not a real gun. It's a prop gun. But as long as he's scared, it does its job, baby."
Your Honor, the gun was fake, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he was meeting with me, and I said, "No, I'm not Ashley. I'm Gatley, nigga."
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I really want to do a Scooby-Doo parody short film, but that involves us finding a small town amusement park and renting it out.
It doesn't have to be an amusement park. It can be a campground.
Ooh, it could be. But the campground monsters are always the same.
So?
Lake monster. Well, that's overdone. Oh, no. Can we get all right, we're going to name our top 5 Scooby-Doo antagonists from the original series. I think we can't go anywhere off the top of my mind. We got to talk about the Green Ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
The Witch Doctor.
My personal favorite.
He's a white dude. Did you know that?
I'm very aware. Ooh, it irks me.
Captain Cutlass.
What about Redbeard? Was that his name? Redbeard?
I think so. I don't know. That one's boring.
Oh well, dude. I grew up watching like the same 5 episodes of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? On DVD.
Yeah.
So, like, my knowledge is, like, shrunk, but I know some of the outside ones.
And then we close it out with the robot with the skeleton head.
You know what? I've actually never seen that episode.
I've seen it once at a fish restaurant.
At a fish
restaurant? Unrelated, truly, but... And then everyone's favorite from the original Scooby-Doo. Creeper. That's it. He just says his name.
Creeper.
And they like dress him up in a funny hat and they take a photo and that's how they catch him.
What about the clown that hypnotized Daphne to walk a tightrope?
Do you think when he hypnotized her, I'm sure in the thing he said, "Oogly boogly, walk of the tightrope." He was Italian. And then Or do you think he was like, all right, you're under my hypnosis. Now here's the thing: when you're on the slack rope, be sure to put one foot in front of the other, kind of like this, and you want to always hold it. Like he gave her complete directions and training. That clown was creepy.
That he was creepy, bro. And you want to know something? I was watching this old DVD of Cartoon Network's 9 Creepy Capers.
Yeah.
Right, and there's this one episode where it's Johnny Bravo meets Scooby Doo.
Okay.
And in the episode, they're like really trying to hammer in the idea of Fred and Daphne boning.
That's just very heavy-handed.
Like kinda like so Johnny Bravo gets in the mystery machine. He starts immediately hitting on Daphne. She's just like giving him the cold shoulder, and Velma's over here like, I'll suck your dick right now, Johnny. I'll fucking do it. And Johnny Bravo's like, okay, mama. But anyways, and then there was the part where the classic part, the part where they're like, let's split up and look for clues.
Mm-hmm.
And someone's like, I guess it was Daphne who was like, me, Velma, and Fred will go downstairs. Shaggy and Scooby, blah, blah, blah. And Johnny will just fuck around for a bit. and then Fred, Fred was like this, but Daphne, and he starts like moving his eyes like side to side, like, come on now. Come on. This dude's really out here trying to bust a nut and solve a mystery at the same time, and that's goals. That's what I want to do.
That's just a dream, isn't it?
Yep. And so
the Broken Toys gang, busting nuts and solving mysteries, but not this month because it's No Nut November.
Well,
unless you're Trey and possibly Julia.
Bro, Julia's gonna fold. I'm calling it, bro.
Guaranteed.
I knew she wouldn't make it past week 1.
Dude, she's a fiend.
Dude, she's almost as big as a fiend as me. And I'm a fiend for many things. Like
Scooby-Doo.
And nicotine.
That's so lame. That was the lamest thing you've ever done.
I'm sorry.
I have a copy of Scooby-Doo Ghoul School that I still haven't watched because I've been saving it for an occasion where I know I have enough time, and I just haven't had it.
Dude, I'm gonna get you a Christmas present.
Oh God! If it's a copy of Daphne and Velma, I don't want it.
No, why would it be that? Why would it be that?
Because you have 2 copies, and the average human doesn't need 1.
I got screwed by Amazon, man. You're getting the copy, and you're gonna like it because I'm gonna be one of your only friends in this friend group that gets you a Christmas present.
You're gonna be the only friend that gets me a present. Now I gotta get you a present. I'll get you a copy of Clerks 2.
Oh, but I already have a copy of Clerks 2. Now we're gonna be back in the same predicament.
Every year it's just me getting you a copy of a movie you already have, and then you giving me a copy of the movie from the year before.
Here's something funny though, is that I'm on my second copy of Clerks 2 because I lost my first one, and then when my 16th birthday came around, I was like, you know what? I want all the Clerks movies.
All 2 of them?
No, well, in the whole universe.
Oh, Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah,
right.
And Dogma, and I didn't get Chasing Amy because Chasing Amy was on Netflix, and then after my birthday, they took it off Netflix, and I was like, well, it looks like I ain't getting Chasing Amy. But I have all the other ones. But yeah, I'm on my second copy of Clerks 2 because I lost the other one, and my grandma was not a fan of me being 10 years old watching Clerks 2, where they said the F word in every other sentence.
And the N word.
Oh, they never said the N word.
Could you imagine if they did? It'd be a different movie.
Fucking Jay's trying to sell some weed outside the fuck. What's the restaurant called? Movies? Is it Movies? I think it's Movies.
Amazing Pizza Machine.
and he'll be like, "Silent Bob, you nigga, give me the fucking dime bag." Adam, that's offensive. What you're doing that the audience can't see is offensive.
No, we're not. Yeah, let's keep it at that. We should dress up as Jay and Silent Bob for that. No, we can't. That's so unfortunate.
Why can't we?
Because it's supposed to be a small fat guy and a tall skinny guy, not a tall fat guy and a small skinny guy. The dynamic's all off.
We've ruined it. You know what we can do though? On the next Halloween, we can go as Run the Jewels.
Dude, can we honestly just dress up as Run the Jewels sometime? If we get like some bodyguards to follow us and we put on some like, we could make ourselves look like Run the Jewels.
That'd be funny.
We're not Run the Jewels, we're Run the Fool.
Yup.
That's the name. Can that be the name of our music label for when we do music on the channel? Run the Fools.
Yep. Run the Fools.
And instead of a gun pointed at our hand, it's gonna be the bang flag. You know?
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. All of our songs are just parodies of Run the Jewels songs.
Me and Trey are the foremost parody Run the Jewel band in the United States. No other band like us. It's a niche market.
You know what I'm not a huge fan of?
What?
Cover bands.
Why not?
I don't know. There's just something about cover bands I just don't like seeing.
Are you saying you don't like a bunch of usually like 30-year-old men just dressing up like a band from the 80s?
Here's the thing. I don't like seeing 30 to 45-year-old men dressed up as early 30s Beatles, okay?
I've seen a Queen tribute band that was really good, but the guy, Freddie Mercury's dead. You don't look like Freddie Mercury because he's a skeleton.
Yep. Especially after that disease.
Ooh, the disease.
Ooh, that's a bad joke. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about saying that anymore. I'm sorry to all the Freddie Mercury fans. I am just upset with my words.
Freddie Mercury, more like Fregley Berkeley.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, no one knew this was a political podcast.
You want to get political? Let's get political.
Donald Trump.
Boo. Hillary Clinton. Boo. Bernie Sanders. Boo.
I mean,
I boo everybody.
I think we are among 98% of the American population, and that 98% should not talk about politics.
Here's the thing, though. If like, you know how in like movies and cartoons, when someone says something, like they give a speech or they do a performance, at the end someone throws tomatoes at them.
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
I'm that guy. I'm the one who's throwing the tomatoes. Like
you brought them.
I have these tomatoes. They're no good anymore. I gotta do something with them. I'm gonna throw them at people. I don't care who you are. You're getting rotten tomato right up your fucking left nostril.
Like a hatchet. Storm coming. Hatchet coming.
So, another thing that's happened over our temporary hiatus.
Yeah.
A lot of anti-vaping shit's coming out.
A lot of it.
A lot of it.
But from what I've heard, a lot of it is like from two things. They say, well, plain vaping, even without nicotine, can be bad for you. But what they're talking about are, people who do competition vape?
Mm-hmm.
Where they have those like giant packs and they like below a 40-foot cloud, and it's like giant and thick. That stuff's not good because you're getting about like, you're putting like 50 pounds of like water pressure on your lungs. Your vapor is, it's water. Yeah, and you're getting that in your lungs, which is, it can be fine, but when you're bringing it in at such a high level like that, you're going to hurt yourself. And then the other one is THC cartridges that aren't checked by the FDA.
I like how people are like, let's ban vaping, let's ban Juuls and shit. And it's like, well, if you ban Juuls and vapes for supposedly killing people, what else are you gonna ban that kills people? Are you gonna start banning cigarettes? How about alcohol? You did that before. People still got around it. So it's like, why draw the line at vaping when there's far worse things out there?
The real question is, why did the U.S. government not just ban cigarettes?
And if we're gonna ban anything, why not just ban PJ?
Honestly.
Like, come on now.
Ladies and gentlemen, he will come into your house and he'll stink it all up.
Anyways, we're about to have PJ on the next podcast, that's for sure.
True.
And we'll give him a chance to give his side of the story as to the picture with the crease.
We'll probably record that podcast next week, though.
All right.
Sorry. I'm a little tired. I had a long day.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah, you got to bust a nut, so I don't want to hear your complaining.
Yeah. I busted a couple nuts. Just watching YouTube takes a lot out of me, man. It's hard. It's hard out here for a viewer.
For a viewer.
I would hate to be the guy on the other side of the laptop having to make all the content.
Yeah.
Who the fuck would want to be a content creator? Like, come on now.
In fact, just for posterity's sake, since this is, the official podcast, let's do it. Let's do a quick checkup on our channel.
Okay.
12 subscribers. All right.
Yeah, we're going viral, baby.
And 54 views.
Yeah.
With 6 likes, 0 dislikes, and 2 comments. So, to answer your guys' questions, we will be at VidCon this year. We are going to buy a brand new DSL. Patreon is in the description. Buy our merch.
And that being said, I don't know where to go from there. What are some things we talked about last week?
I don't know. We should have written them down.
I should have. Lord knows you couldn't have written them down. I was the only one with the audio files.
Well, exactly. You have the audio file, so you could go back and listen to them.
I deleted it.
Well, whose fault was that?
Well, whose fault is it for not recording their end of the podcast?
Oh, well, if we're going to go off
Fulbright.
If we're going to go off of butterfly effect rules, Trey Martin.
That's not my name.
Well, prove it.
Okay, well.
Everyone, if you look on screen right now, you'll see a picture of Trey Kelly's social security number.
My whole social security card.
Now, everyone pinky promise, you're not going to do anything bad with it.
I better
see Trey.
Yep. I see about 5 pinkies up. I feel secure. So, like, you know how last week we talked about how we didn't want our podcast to be full of, like, all these moments of silence?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we I don't know if we've been doing a good job of that so far.
We're not. I have a severe doubt that this podcast episode is going to break an hour. However, not every podcast does when they first start out.
No, You know?
I remember the Super Mega Cast, their first videos were like 30 minutes, 35, sometimes 45. And then it's only like within the last maybe 6 months that they started doing, 72 minute, 65 minute.
Well, right now we're at 45 minutes.
Probably more like 30.
30 after all the editing.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to with this podcast, and not having to edit it.
Yeah, let's give it a quick shout out to Matt, our podcast editor.
You're doing a great job, Matt. You're doing the job that I don't want to do.
You're doing God's work.
All part of God's plan, baby. Do you think we should wrap it up?
I think we should.
Okay.
This is just a small, simple podcast just to start it out to say, hey, howdy, hey, PJ is gay. And this is the Broken Toys Podcast. And this is our channel. And we're hoping to do a lot of more content coming up. Try to get a frequent upload cycle, some variety in content, and some Scooby-Doo reviews.
That's what. That reminds me. Reviews. Tyler. What are we going to do with him?
Oh, Tyler needs to do some movie reviews for us. We'll film him.
Because, he wants to be part of our new banner, and I don't want him to be part of it if he's not going to be making content with us.
Yawn. He needs to contribute if he wants to be a part of our banner. Duh. Call me Billy Eyelash, because I just said duh.
Anyways, Tyler, if you're listening, and I hope you are, because this is your one warning, you better start getting on them fucking reviews, my boy. Otherwise you'll be out of here like last year's Thanksgiving leftovers.
Yeah, and a sandwich.
And a sandwich.
So just film yourself in your dorm room reviewing a movie and send it to the email, and we'll get it up and edited.
Well, make it entertaining, because I swear to God, Tyler, if it's boring, I will.
Just
you finna catch these hands, boy. I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna take your silverware.
It's gonna be just 2 straight hours of him discussing Matt Damon.
The best Matt Damon film, man, Spirit.
Oh God, I don't know why he said that, but he did.
Man.
All right.
Anyways, wish us luck on content.
Because it's going to be a ride, and we're going to get there. Because, as they say, life is a highway. And I'm going to ride it all night long. We need to do these in the same room. All right. Goodbye, guys. Thanks for listening.